Hi, in this video we are going to see how to send a GET request from a HTML form to a servlet. Okay, so you will see we will write one, create one sign up page, sign up HTML page. So in that sign up HTML page we enter the details such as name and other details, and we will click submit button. Once we click a submit button, the request we will make the request go as a GET request to the servlet, and we will write a servlet registration servlet. This servlet will process the request. That is, it will simply get the values from the request object and it will print the values. That is what we are going to do now. So first we will create a dynamic web project by clicking file, new, and right, we will do dynamic web project. You will give some name to a project. Let us give a name like um, we can give some name like my Servlet app. Okay, this is our project name, dynamic web project name, and we will click finish button. So now in the project explorer you can see a project created for us. Okay, that is my Servlet app. So in this, I just expand it, and you can see a web content. And inside the web content, what we do is let us have a sign up page. So by right clicking the web content, and we will create an HTML file, new HTML file, and we will give the name as sign up. We give name as sign up HTML. Okay, sign up dot HTML. Now we will click finish button. So now the signup.html file has been created for us. Now we have to enter some tags. Okay, so let me copy the some details from here, and let us just copy this, and I paste it here inside this HTML file. Okay, so inside this HTML file, what we have done is we have a form tag, and form action equal to register, method equal to post. You will make this method as get because we are going to send a get request. And we have a name, that is the text name, and we have a field, text field, to enter the name of the person. Then company name, we have a uh, text company, and we have a text field to enter the company name, and we have a submit button. Once the submit button is clicked, these input will be sent to the servlet. Which servlet it will be sent, that is that is what we have entered here in the action. So action we have given register. This is the URL. So this URL will be we have a request mapping in the servlet. We are going to write the servlet now. So inside the servlet we have we map this URL to the servlet. So this is the request URL register. Okay, so now what we do is we will create a servlet class. We just create a servlet class inside the Java resources. There is a, you can see under the my servlet app project, you can see a folder Java resources. I just expand it. You can see src. So src, we will create one package com dot. We will create a package com dot examples dot servlet. Okay, So this is our package. So inside this package, we will create a servlet class. Right click this package, click new and click servlet, and we give a name to a servlet. We give the name as sign up servlet. Okay, sign up servlet. This is the name of our servlet. Let us click next button and again click next. And we don't need a constructor, so uncheck this select this checkbox. Now click finish button. So once it is done, yeah, servlet class has been created for us. The name of the class is sign up servlet, and inside this, if you notice, in this class you can find at line number 13 annotation web servlet. This is to do the request mapping. Okay, so inside the HTML file in the action, you can see action equal to register. So what I do is just copy this and paste it inside sign up servlet at web servlet annotation slash we write registration. So whenever the request URL ends with register, that request will be routed to this sign up servlet. And since the the method is get, right, it is not a post request, it is a get request. So method equal to get. If you notice inside the HTML file at line number 8, method equal to get, that means it is a get request. So what I do is I have to implement this do get method. So whatever you want to do, the logic you have to write it inside the do get method. So whenever there is a request ends with request URL ends with register, then that request will be routed to sign up servlet, and automatically the do get method will be invoked because this is a get request. So do get method will be executed and you will get the output. So what we have to write it inside the do get method, we are going to get the values, get the data from the request object and simply print it. That is what we are going to do inside the request servlet. So what I do is I will have this, I just write the code inside the do get. So this is what we have written inside the do get method. Okay, so inside the do get method, what we have done is we simply call the get parameter method of the request object and pass this txt name. What it is, txt name actually, if you notice inside the signups.html, you can see at line number 10, in the input field, text field, right, the name of the text field is txt name, and the name of the input field for company is txt company. So this is the parameter name of the parameter, that is get parameter. We pass the txt name, it will return you the parameter value. So the request object, inside the request object, that value will be there, so that is stored inside the name. Same way, get parameter txt company, the get parameter will return you the name, the company value, the value entered inside the company field, that is stored inside the company. Then we are printing it in the console, name and company. So whatever values you entered for name and company in the HTML file will be available in the doGet method, and we simply print it inside the console. Okay, that is what we have done it here. It is a get request. So let us run this code and see the output now. So how to run this code? Right click this. Before that, we have to check whether we have web server. So our web server is available here. It is a Tomcat server. So it is already there. So we don't have to do anything. So simply right click the project, my servlet app, and click run on server. Once you click run on server and click next button, and we just remove other projects, you don't need other projects. So if it is enough to have the my servlet app, click finish button. Once you click finish button, the server start running. Once the server is up and running, we can we will send the data. We will enter the name and company values inside the HTML form, sign up form, and click submit button. Then that value will be sent to the servlet. Okay, so let us wait for the server to up. So once the server is up, will be the sign up HTML form will be displayed to us. Okay, so now what I have to do is I have to um, I have to access the sign up.html. Okay, so that is what we have to do it now. Sign up, sign up dot. Okay, we have to enter sign up dot html. Okay, now we got the sign up.html file. Now it is displayed. So inside in this html, in this form, sign up form, we have to enter the name. I enter name as Kumar, and the company name is, I enter something like XYZ. It's a company name. Now I click submit. Once I click submit, the request will go to the sign up servlet, and the do get method will be invoked. Inside the do get method, what we have done is we retrieve that name values, name and company values, and print it inside the console. So let us click the submit button now. So you can see the console, name Kumar is printed and company value XYZ is printed. So this is how